Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Scatterbrain, the Bradford podcast. Back for episode number 31. Moving and grooving, man. I hope y'all have continued streaming dance tonight. I ain't even been checking the numbers because I don't even want to see the numbers. I just want to feel it. I think I got a good feeling y'all doing it. Keep streaming dance tonight. Featuring Just Live, Olivia Lee. Appreciate y'all again, as always, for liking, watching, subscribing, sharing, whatever you do, man, downloading, however you do it, that you watch this podcast. I appreciate y'all, man. You know, y'all are scatterbrainers in my eyes for everybody who watch it. My week been good so far. Did a lot of playing this weekend. My fingers are I don't play bass enough anymore. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I may not play bass enough to where it's like, you know, I don't feel the callus anymore. But if I don't play it as hard or a week or I take a week off, the callus come up, man. So I played 2 gigs this weekend. We'll get into that. We'll talk about the gig experience. Just to hit bases on that. But played 2 gigs, man. Did a lot of recorded some rehearsals. We really trying to get things moving in the space here. It's Smashing Company, where of course I always shoot the podcast. We're a Smashing Company. If you got a podcast you want to shoot, you got a video, you want to take some pictures, you need some audio recorded, you want to get production done, some music production done, you want to record your band here, or whatever you do, you want to rehearse here, you want to rent the space out for your photography. If you're a photographer, you want to rent the space out. If you're a videographer and you want to rent it out, you got your own podcast and you want to rent the space and you bringing your own equipment or whatever. That's cool too. So we doing all that. So it's open. It's Smashing Company. Hit me up personally, or you can go to smashingco.co. I think it's .co or .com, and you can fill out the form, the creative request form. We can try to facilitate you the best as I can. You know what? I may just include the link in the description of this. So click the link if you hear this and you're interested. The beautiful Smashing Co. But yeah, we had a rehearsal here, so we trying to open things up. We got a new podcast that we kind of helping produce and record. I won't drop their information until they ready to drop their information. But it's 2 females, 2 dope, funny females. They super funny. I don't even think they be trying to be funny a lot. So like some stuff they may say like that I'll be taking hilarious and they be like, what's so funny? But like they're super hilarious. The podcast should be real good. They're a few episodes in now. So I can't wait till y'all see the vibe. Cause my podcast set is normally like very minimal. I don't need much, Now I'm trying to switch it up. We trying to put a little lights and a little color and stuff in, a little different chair. We're doing some stuff to just make it a little different. But they podcast set is gonna be like very intricate. And it's gonna look really nice. It's gonna look really feminine. It's gonna look really well put together. You can tell that like Willie really took his time and touched it, and then, I don't do much of the camera side of stuff. I just kind of help produce pods or whatever. If you need some pod production, I'm not the know-it-all, the end-all, be-all of the podcast world, but I've just consumed enough podcasts and watched enough podcasts and kind of understand how you move in it. So I just help on that, try to give pointers on how to move around in it. So, but Willie had took so much time and put the thing together. So I really hope y'all enjoy it when y'all see it. Willie the type that he don't try to brand his thing on your thing. So it's like you won't even know it's us that did it unless we tell you we did it. So, but when you see it, y'all gonna really, really love it. The looks of it. Y'all should enjoy the podcast too. I hope y'all enjoy the podcast because it's a good podcast. They're really like having a good conversation about stuff. But even if you mute it and just look at it, it's gonna be aesthetically pleasing to you. But yeah, so we record the rehearsal. We doing the podcast now. working on my own stuff. I'm trying to finish this new song, and I am re-releasing. Well, I don't want to say re-releasing. I'm releasing for the first time, even though I recorded it last year. I'm gonna put it on streaming platforms. This Christmas song, Christmas cover I did of a Soul for Christmas by James Brown. I did it for a friend, of Scatterbrain. As a matter of fact, Drew Wooten. He's been on here. He was probably in the first 10 episodes. I did it for the Harder Street Boys did a Christmas concert, like a Christmas taping special, and they went around and recorded a few different bands. So I did it for him. But I had recorded all the audio. I had the files and stuff. So I just figured I'll just release it this year. Cause when I did it last year, I didn't do it in time enough to like really release it for Christmas time. So that's gonna happen again this year. Well, not again. It's gonna happen this year that I'm gonna release it. I just need to get the cover art done. That's the biggest thing. Once I get my cover art done, I'll be straight. But I have another original song that I'm planning to release before the end of the year, or at least at the top of the year. But I would prefer it come out at the before the end of the year. And it's really big that it's like the most simple song that I've recorded. Like if you know anything about like Ray Bradford music, man, you know, I've been a part of Raising on Them Friends, Friends Fly South, the Done tapes, now Dance Tonight. You know, I release some music. Nothing has ever really been simple, but this song is so simple and straight to the point. But I feel like it'll be a how can I put it? It'll be something that you can listen to and really get a feel. My boy in the building. Rolf, what's happening, man? Hey, what's up, man? You good? You good, man? We record. You good, man? Hey, man, you don't want to be on camera, do you? You want to be on camera, man? Hey, my boy. Hey, the man in the building, D. Ruff, man, the Hattiesburg legend, man. Salute. Yeah, yeah, but it's a simple song, man. Hopefully y'all really like lock in and love it, man. So I'm trying to release that before the end of the year. It's called Play That Funky Music, man. So I'm titling that. I'm titling that on purpose because you got to play that funky music, white boy, right? It's a legendary song. It's been around for years. So people are going to always type in Play That Funky Music. You know, look, I'm trying to tell you the games because this is going to lead into a topic that I have today. Like the music industry, the music business, and I ain't even in it. I'm just a small drop in a big ocean, right? So I'm in it, but I ain't in it. Like I'm just a super small drop in this big old ocean. It's a bunch of games, man. The older I'm getting, the more I dive into it and research it. Because look, I've been doing this shit since I was 18, man. 18. If you go back to Smash, we was recording music, putting it out. You know, it didn't get everything it did. We went on 106 and Park, all type of stuff. But we didn't know much doing all this stuff. We didn't have mentors. We didn't have people pouring in us, teaching us all this shit, right? So now, getting older, I fell on my face a lot. So I'm trying to figure stuff out now, you know. But like, music industry is like very much just games, it's schemes. I talked about it last week with the Taylor Swift situation, the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Everything is just like it's a scheme. You just putting the wool over people's eyes, or you putting stuff in people's face so much that they have to like it, or it's, hey, I'm gonna name this because it's gonna create controversy and it's gonna do this and it's gonna make people talk about it, and boom, 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 they'll like it that way, or like I'm naming the song "Play That Funky Music." If you type in "Play That Funky Music," white boy. Play That Music should be somewhere in the search, cause you know, like that's how Soulja Boy used to do his music on LimeWire and stuff. He used to name it some crazy shit that'll tie into 50 Cent or whoever was the hottest at the time. And when you search 50 Cent shit, Soulja Boy shit would come up, or you would think you download 50 Cent shit and it be Soulja Boy shit, and you just end up liking Soulja Boy shit. So it's all weird. It's a bunch of games, man. And that lead into the first topic, because I think this man plays a lot of games. Yo, what's up, everybody? I hope y'all enjoying this episode. But before we keep going, I want y'all to do something for me, man. I want y'all to like, subscribe, hit the alert bell, and share. And then I want y'all to follow me on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. Now let's get back to the episode, guys. I think all this he going back at the critics or whoever talking about his music. I think all this shit is a game and he doing it for attention. Drake, new music release. He released a new album Friday. The album is titled For All the Dogs. For All the Dogs. He's been talking about this. He's probably been talking about this album since June, July. He's been on tour for a while. I'm sure when they release his numbers from this tour, it's going to be crazy. He's going to be up there with Beyonce and Taylor Swift, like grossing wise on tour, because he don't have a band. He didn't go out with a band. He didn't go out with a bunch of stuff that like would cause him to like have to pay out. So what he grosses is going to be insane. But anyway, the album is titled For All the Dogs. He's been talking about it since maybe June or July. Great pub. He said it was coming out at one time, then he pulled it back and said, "No, I got to keep working on it. I'm going to the studio after I leave the show to keep working on it. This is coming, it's coming." He finally dropped a date, October. I guess it would have been today the 8th, 7, 6. Supposed to release October 6th. It does come out October 6th. Most people who release their albums, they release it at midnight of the 6th. So it's like the midnight between the 5th and the 6th. Anyway, so you got a little time to listen to it and review it or say if you like it, yeah or nay. No, not Drake. Drake said, "No, I'm releasing my shit at 6 in the morning." Boom. So you got to wake up at 6 in the morning to listen to an album. It's already a downfall in my book because now I don't give a fuck about your album. But, to be fair, because I've been screaming for new music, I want to go listen to it. And I actually wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and cut this album on. I think that was my problem. That was my problem because I actually cut it on and went to sleep on it. And I missed a lot of stuff, a lot of nuance, a lot of details. So I just go straight into it and say what my opinion is on the album. It's a good album. It's good. It's good. It's Drake. Drake gonna always make good music. So let's get that. Let's get that at the base of it. We know Drake ain't gonna release no BS music. Everything is gonna be good, always be good. Sound quality, production, ideas, vocals, mixing is gonna always be good. The master's gonna always be good. His features that he choose on the album are always gonna be good. Shoot, man, I go down for the music nerds. His instrument choices are gonna always be fire. The samples he uses are always be fire. So he's never going to not make a good album. So when you judging Drake albums, to me, when I say trash, I'm talking about good. So if it's trash, I mean it's a good album regardless, but it's trash compared to what Drake can make, to like a So Far Gone or a If You're Reading This Is Too Late, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. That shit there is like next level great stuff. That's only a few people in the world can make that type of stuff, right? Only a few people in the world that can make those albums. But this album is just good. So basically, in my eyes, it's trash. That's how I'm that's how I'm judging Drake. It's either trash is good, and then you got the other So Far Gone, Nothing Was the Same, Take Care. Uh, if you're reading this, it's too late. Those are like greats. Even Her Loss. I think Her Loss was a great album. I know it's torn on that, but that's a great album. But I love 21 Savage, so 21 Savage music is very entertaining to me. So like that's a great album too. But stuff like CLB, Scorpion, them just good albums. And in that stratosphere of artistry, good is trash. You know, who can I what who got enough albums I can compare that to? Cause I could say Kendrick, right? But like Kendrick don't put out enough albums to be able to compare that. Cause all the Kendrick albums to me are beyond great. They're beyond great. They're all thoughtful. You can tell everything is thought out. You can tell they went over these mixes 12,000 times. Anybody who's into like mixing, you know how hard and complicated mixing is. You can tell they went over this stuff with a fine tooth comb. Like you can tell they went through it 20,000 times. This segment is gonna be very music nerdy, probably for everybody that ain't a music nerd, but it's gonna be kind of nerdy. Um, so I really can't compare Kendrick albums to Drake. Cole got enough. He don't have the same amount of output that Drake has, but he has a lot. So he's in that vein. You know, like because back in the day it used to be like Cole, Drake, Kendrick. While they was trying to say Wale was in there, Big Sean. For a while, these were all the talks of the people who were like leaders of that generation. They were the leaders. Somehow or another, I think Wale just Wale remind me of me, like, bro, when it come to interacting with people and stuff, like it's just weird. You don't trust people and stuff like that. So I can get why he kind of fell off the scene. Uh, but like Wale and Big Sean fell off the scene, so that just leave Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. So I'm trying to find somebody to compare him to. So I say Cole. Cole got some albums that are just good. I can't think of the titles of them right now. The ones that just good. Like all his mixtapes are like great, right? I want to name a specific album that I think is just like, this just a good album, J. Cole. And in that case, that means again, that level of artistry, good means trash. So I want to be specific. Uh that fucking where it's at, man. His first album, I think it's just a good album. Even if I go look at the track list, yeah, it's just a good album. He was chasing commercial. I don't even think that was in his thing, That's what he was looking for. Born Sinner is Born Sinner is not good. Born Sinner is great. Born Sinner is a great album. I can't even. Yeah, now that I'm looking at his album, I think he got one album that's just a good album, which is basically trash. But I may be a little biased because I'm a Cole fan, and I'm not a Drake fan. Let's put that out there. Not a Drake fan, but the damn album is getting the music nerd shit. What makes me say it's just a good album? We know Drake got a sound. We know Ford is gonna filter all the shit all the time. He's gonna filter. He's gonna sound underwater. So if for anybody who don't know what I mean when I say filter, that means he's gonna take high pass, low pass frequency, and just like sweep it down. So he's gonna put. I wish I could put a thing on the screen that can show you what I'm talking about. But it's like, say you're looking at a graph. You're looking at a graph. And this is the middle line of the graph. He's gonna put something on the graph that it could either go straight, you can do this, you can move it around. Say my hand is the thing. He's gonna put it down and he's just gonna take it from this part of the graph and go, whew, pull it down, he's gonna filter it, and it's gonna sound like it's either underwater or it's fucking outside the club. You know, if you anybody who used to go to big clubs and stuff, you go outside the club, you just hear the bass. It's gonna sound like that, right? So we know Ford is gonna do that. We know it's gonna be a lot of just Keys and Drake singing or rapping. He has a sound. He has a particular thing that he does, and that's not bad because all artists do that, right? George Clinton had a sound. We knew it was gonna be funk music. It was gonna be heavy guitar. It's gonna be Burning World on synths. It's gonna be a bunch like vocals doing different things. You know, you may have 2-3 things going on in vocals. James Brown had a sound. You know, he's famous for telling the band that what everybody is a drum. Everybody's a drum. So you know, everybody got a sound. You could say Prince had a sound, but Prince sound changed so much that like you don't know. You got to look at the era of Prince you're talking about. But that era of Prince had a sound. Michael Jackson, from the time Michael Jackson dropped Bad and On, it was a sound. He had this particular thing. He was always doing this for the music nerds. Again, if you're not a music nerd, forgive me. But just catch the lingo. Listen to the lingo and catch it. So now when you talking to regular people, you can know a little bit and you'll be above them, right? But like say Michael Jackson, like The Way You Make Me Feel and stuff like that. He was always doing this major chord. Say he in the key of E. He's gonna play E major to D major. And that make a certain sound. It's a certain like dominant sound. But that was his sound for a lot of music. He had a certain bass tone. He had just certain stuff that it was a sound. So I'm saying all this to give credit to Drake and 40 for they have a sound that they go for, but it's getting exhausting. It's getting exhausting, like bro. And it's really wild because they done kind of morphed the sound into what's going on today. I get them that like they are evolving. They're like, let's find a way to morph our sound with what's going on today. And ever since Travis Scott did the sicko mode thing, it's like a lot of people try to imitate the sicko mode, which is like the first half of the song is one beat and is one thing, and then it just switch into another beat and this whole nother tempo, whole nother vibe, whole nother sound color, sound palette color, and all this stuff. So they're trying to morph that, but on this CD, it's like every song. It's 23 songs on this CD. It's damn near every song except like the Screw the World, which is a sample. He just took an old H-Town sample, screwed it even more. Or he may have just used the original sample or Screw sample that DJ Screw did and like used that and he kind of tweaked the mix on it. I'm sure 40 and them tweaked the mix on it. And like little stuff like that, the little interludes, they're not switching like that. But the big songs, like the song with the first person shooter, which is one of the highlight songs of the album. Him and Cole go back and forth, and then he switching, and like Drake goes harder on the switch than he did with the song, than he does with the beat with Cole. Like it's just switch. Or like the highlight song for me on the album is the All the Parties with Chief Keef. It's literally 1 minute, probably 1 minute, 6 seconds of a great vibe, a super great vibe. And it just switches to some other shit. Now, I'm not saying the other stuff isn't good. No, it's great. But like, why kill this vibe? Let this vibe ride out some more. Like are we creating real songs? Because now, if we really think about it, it's 23 songs on the album, but you really can chop each where these songs are stopping and starting. You could stop that and say, this is one song. This is one song, and this is another song. So it could possibly be 46 songs on this CD, right? So this Travis Scott sicko mode thing, they've adopted that, and it's a bit much. It takes away for the cohesiveness of the album. That's one big thing. Me being a bass player But I started music playing drums. So I'm a real big fan of drums. Like I love like great drummers, great drums. It'll make me like a song before the damn key, the chords, the guitar, anything. If the drums fire and they sound good, I'm locked in the song already. It's so much of the time that the drums get taken out of this album or they get reversed, so I don't hear the like actual attack of the drums. I'm hearing whoosh, whoosh. Like, bro, leave the drums where they were, bro. You didn't have to reverse the drums. You didn't have to take the drums out the song. I get it if you taking the drums out for a climax, you know what I'm saying? Because if a real drummer is playing, he gonna do like a feel for a climax or something, crash on a cymbal or something for a climax. So you're not doing that with programmed drums, right? You're not doing that to where it feels natural most of the time. But don't take the drums out, man. Just let them play through, bro. Play through. And if in important moments where you absolutely need this to make a climax, to make a point in the song, then I understand it. But the drums get took out so much. First half of the CD, first few songs, they're not getting took out like that. But it's like the deeper you get in, it's like literally 3 songs straight. The song with SZA, the Slime You Out song. What's after Slime You Out? Ooh, what's after Slime You Out? Give me just a second to look it up, good people. Give me just a second. I should have had this pulled up. Slime You Out, like Bahama Paradise. I think Tried Our Best. I think like those 3 songs, like it's bare minimum drums in there. It's like, bro, you a rapper, bro. And even on good R&B songs, the drums are there. The drums are there. The drums are there. So, that's a critique of mine, that the drums get took out. I know lyrics don't really matter no more, right? I was talking to somebody, about this. I think it was Dino. I was talking to Dino one time about this. Like I was asking him, do they generation like really care about lyrics? But I think they do. But for the most part, it's just a vibe. If the vibe of the song is fine, it don't really matter. So that's where we at now in music. And it's just like, I don't think Drake talking about shit on this album. It's nothing memorable that stand out to me, except when he say Tito with 300. I don't know why that stuck in my mind. When he say Tito with 300, but that's sticking in my mind. But like actually, when I hear it and it's like, oh man, he talking about some shit. It's just, I can't remember what album it's on. Maybe Nothing Was the Same or Take Care is one of them. But I know it's like a song he talking about his relationship with his mama and stuff like that. And that just stuck with me when I heard the song. I think I probably only heard the song once or twice. I know it's like, okay, I get it. But if I go listen to Kendrick, like, I can tell you, like, hey, what he talking about? Like, I still play To Pimp a Butterfly regularly because I know what he talking about. Like complexion, he talking about the color of the skin and how, or Black of the Bear, about being a hypocrite, about like black on black crime and shit like that. How hypocritical it is, or if these walls could talk. It's like, bro, I'm mama, like how he's saying, I didn't know, I thought I knew everything until I realized I didn't know shit. Like, but again, I'm 34. 34. Took a while for me, but I've always liked lyrics now that I think about it, like, cause I'm a big Common fan. I'm a big Tribe Called Quest fan, big Kanye fan, like Through the Wire. All that shit was like important in me growing up, right? So I feel that it's more important about the vibe. Like, damn, man, give me one song where we talking about some shit and we not talking about like hoes. Bro, bro, hey man, that's the game you signed up for. If you want to be a player, you want to be fucking all these women, hey, that's some real talk. That's some real goddamn talk. If you in that world, you out here fucking these hoes, man. I excuse any church, any good church going people, I'm saying, that's watching this or listening to this. Forgive me. But this is real talk to the people who out here living a certain life. You out here fucking these hoes, that's the game you play, bro. You gonna fall for one of these hoes. You gonna fall, cause she gonna put that thing on you. She gonna hit you with that and it's over with. It's over with. She gonna put you down for the count, my boy. She gonna put you down for the count, and when she put you down, now you thinking about this bit all the time. Oh, Lord, forgive me. Let me not talk like that, because I don't want people to know I actually talk like that. No, you gonna be thinking about this bit. This lady, this woman, you gonna be thinking about her a lot, and that's just what happened. That's how the game go, and you gonna fall. And when you fall, she may not fall. She had a scheme in her mind. Why do we as men think we the only one that got the scheme and we the only one trying to play? Why we think that? You don't think this woman got a scheme? And it may not be to get no money. She may just want to play your ass, make you look stupid. So that's how it works, man. That's how the game works. So unfortunately, you know, if you in that world, don't be on the song crying about it and saying, I think I dropped my phone. Saying, you hurt me, and blah, blah, blah. And now you talking about the nigga that you with. I seen his game, he didn't score, and blase, blase. Hey, bro, you sound like a lame, bro. And you ain't no lame, man. You got $1 billion. I don't think you no lame guy. If you done found a way to make $1 billion, brother. Anybody who done found a way to make $1 billion, boy, you know something. You good at something. You can't be lame. Not in my book. In other people in the world, you may be lame. But in Raymond Donahue Bradford's book, you ain't no lame in my head. Because $1 billion, it ain't many people that done made $1 billion. Just be straight up and down. Ain't many people that done made that. So if you done figured that out, you can't be lame. So like, bro, what going on? Why you playing? Why you getting played like that? If you in the game, you gotta know. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. I wanted to say that and get that out the way. That like, bruh, if you in that game, sometimes it go. What's the song? Dreams. It's a song called Dreams. It's called Dreams. Let me find it. It's called Dreams. It ain't by Drake. It ain't by Drake. By Fleetwood Mac. Players only love you when they're playing. Y'all better catch that. You better catch it. Players only love you when they're playing. So, if you in that game, man, that's how it happened. Anyway, that's lyrical content is lacking. It's only so much. I love women, man. I love women, brother. I love women just like the other man, but it's only so much talk I can hear about how you hurt, man. Only so much talk I can hear about how you hurt by a woman, unless you singing like Teddy Pendergrass. You sing like Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, or something like that. I ain't listening to you talk about how you hurt all day. But if we're rapping, there's not much I can hear about that, man. It's not much I can hear about that. Another critique I have of this album is, I want to say this, but I don't want it to sound like I'm piggybacking off somebody else's like critiques. But this is a clear critique for anybody who's into music. If you are into actual music, it's clear. you can hear Yachty's influence on this. And it's like, hey man, Yachty is cool. Yachty's a cool artist. I ain't never been a big fan of Yachty, but he's cool. Cool musician. He panned out well. He panned out way better than everybody was saying he was gonna pan out, right? But Drake mimicking Yachty in certain situations, or Drake picking beats that Yachty would use or Yachty produce, is weird to me, bro. You got one of the greatest producers in your stable. 40 is great. 40 is a great, bro. You used to use Boy Wonder. You used to use Hit Boy. Like, bro, Metro. I think Metro got a song on here. But like, it's some stuff, man. You could teed up on some other stuff, man. But like, I just don't want to hear Yachty influence on Drake. I would rather hear Drake influence on Yachty. You know what I'm saying? Because Drake is such seasoned. He's proven he's got classics. I couldn't tell you what his classic is, but it's arguable that he got classics, right? Because I'm just not a big consumer of his music. Now, So Far Gone, I remember when that came out, I was in my apartment in University Edge in 621. The number, we were sitting in the dark listening to this album. Grown men, bro. We had to be like 19, 20, like vibing, quiet, smoking, chilling, probably drinking too. I wasn't drinking heavy back then. I don't drink heavy now, but like I wasn't really drinking at all back then. If I did drink back then, it was a wild time. So it's like I remember then how instrumental this man is to music and like his impact. Like if you're reading this too late, I really dived in that when he came out. Went back and listened to Take Care. So I kind of, I put in a little time to listen to him. I just listened to Scorpion because I wanted to see the beef. Because I ain't gonna lie, I really want Pusha T to go and do what he need to do. And but that's why I listened to Scorpion, because I just wanted to see where the beef aspect was gonna be at. Because we don't know these people personally, so I really don't know what they beefing about or when, how they going. But I just like to listen to it and see what they gonna do. So I know how instrumental Drake is in music, so that's why I would rather hear his influence on Yachty than Yachty's influence on Drake. But overall, this is a good album. It's a great concept body of work. I don't think it's For All the Dogs, because when I hear a title say For All the Dogs, I'm thinking we on some Future stuff. Future name an album For All the Dogs. There's gonna be some misogynistic shit on there. It's gonna be some let's fuck these hoes type of shit. It's gonna be let's pop some perks. Let's take a molly. Let's maybe do some shrooms. I went back and listened to Strippers and the song, was it? It's on Dirty Sprite too. I think it's called Stripper something. I can't remember exactly. I know Strippers in the title. But I know this nigga just said he just tried acid for the first time and feel good. I wonder how many niggas went and tried acid after they like, man, Future say he tried acid, I'm finna try it too. Boy, you foolish. Quick side note about acid. I'll never forget this. This was when I was at USM. I'm a jazz major, so I'm around more white people than normal. But I'm around like different white people at that, right? Like different white people. I love it though, man. I love most of them guys. I really love. I still love to this day. But there was this one kid named Brandon. He played bass. He was a bass major. He was a jazz major. His instrument of choice was bass. I don't know his last name. But this kid would show up late for like rehearsals, lessons. He would just show up late a lot of times. But he was living that life. He was living a rock star life when he was in college. And I get it, because, man, my first 2 years of college, I was jacked up, bro. Staying out 3, 4 in the morning, had an 8 o'clock class. Definitely wasn't making it to that 8 o'clock class. I was doing a bunch of dumb stuff my first 2 years. So I get it. I understood. I wouldn't judge him. I didn't judge him. But this one particular day, if anybody ever been to Southern Miss, like back in the day, you know, the jazz station used to really be, the reason it was called the jazz station was because it was a fucking fire station. It was an old fire station that got turned into a building. It's like on the outskirts. It's on the edge of campus right by this Junior Food Mart, gas station. So we in the jazz station, and he just walk up out of nowhere, and I think he talking to me, Ryan, and probably, it was like one other person. He talking to us. And he just loopy. He real loopy. You can tell he kind of out of it. I'm like, bro, what? I've always been curious, like when I'm talking to somebody, if I'm really intrigued about something that's going on, I'm probably gonna be like, bro, what's going on with you? So I think I was like, bro, what's up? You good? Like, everything all right? Like, he had long hair at the time. I remember when he took his hair, he was like, dude, I'm coming down off a 24-hour acid trip, man. I fucking popped acid yesterday, and I've been just wired all day, man. Wired. First person I ever seen even remotely involved with acid. And I just confused, like, bro, you in the middle of the week at school. This ought to be like a Wednesday. A Wednesday or a Thursday. Why are you tripping on acid in the middle of the week and you have class? I get it. It's the weekend. You ain't got no class. Pop your acid, bro. Go trip for 48 hours. Recoup Sunday and let's go back to work and let's do some school work on Monday. This fool in the middle of the week tripping on acid and wondering why he getting fussed at for missing stuff and being late and not being prepared. He's like, man, I don't get it. I don't know why they're just fussing at me, man. Fool, you on acid and you come into a lesson and like trying to remember. Well, you're trying to remember the technique, how to play upright bass. You're trying to remember your upstroke, your downstroke. You trying to remember all this stuff, your shifts and all this. You're trying to remember keep your thumb between your damn index finger and your middle finger. You're trying to keep it in there, your position of your hand, all this stuff. You're trying to remember this, your tuning, your intonation. Then you're trying to come to jazz band, remember charts, remember dynamics, remember this groove with the drummer, lock in with the drummer. Swing, you trying to remember all this stuff, and you on acid, brother. I don't think it worked like that. So this dude tripping on acid, and when the other day when I was listening to that stripper song by Future, he said he just popped acid for the first time, it made me damn think of this fucking dude tripping off this acid. I'm like, bro, I couldn't do it. I could never try acid. Now, one day in my life, look, I think I started this transparency thing with y'all last week. So anybody who watched this, one day in my life, I'm going to try shrooms. But I got to get myself in a better mental state because I'm a little worried. You know, they say if you be a little down there now and then, you shouldn't try shrooms. So that would keep me from trying it now because I don't want to take it and then like it blow up in my face. So I need to get myself in a better, just a calmer state of mind. But when I get in a calmer state of mind, I am trying shrooms. And then when I get enough money in my life, I want to have enough money where I can do this and be fine. I'm going to take me a little line of cocaine and I'm going to put it on my teeth. I just want to feel like Scarface or what my dude from Blow. Man, God dang it, I can't think of his name, boy. Hold on, Google. They called me research man, I'm telling you now. Research man, Blow. George. Boston George, baby. Boston George. I want to be like Boston George. And, anybody who a Lil Wayne fan, you remember the song where they're like, this is pure grade A Colombian. I can't feel my face. If you remember that comes from Blow, the movie Blow, which is based on a true story by a guy named George Jung, they called him Boston George, who's one of the biggest cocaine dealers in the United States. Go watch that movie if you are if I'm a millennial, what's the generation under me? That generation something. I don't know. Whatever that generation is. If you part of that generation, you never seen Blow, go watch Blow. A lot of your favorite rap songs from back in the day came from Blow, Scarface, The Godfather, New Jack City, Menace to Society, and you know, all them type movies. They came from them type movies. Niggas wanted to be them folks bad. Niggas wanted to be Tony Montana, Boston George, Rick Ross. They wanted to be a Rayford Edmonds. They wanted to be all these folks. But that's a side note. Yo, what's up, everybody? I hope y'all enjoying this episode. But before we keep going, I want y'all to do something for me, man. I want y'all to like, subscribe, hit the alert bell, and share. And then I want y'all to follow me on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. Now let's get back to the episode, guys. But yeah, Drake, album good. It ain't great. It ain't exceptional. It ain't top tier, but it's good. And in my book, with your artistry, it's trash. At your level of artistry, if I made this album, my artistry ain't as high as Drake. It ain't revered to the world like Drake's. So if I made this album, it's great in my eyes, because the people don't look at it. Before I get off this, I'm glad it popped in my mind. Drake, and people like Drake, and people that think him dissing this person is funny and it's cool. Why would you diss Esperanza Spalding, bro? That girl ain't never said your name publicly, probably. She just like to play her bass, make her music, and get out the way. There wasn't no need to diss that girl, bro. Like, she's great. She's one of the greatest jazz artists of this generation, bro. So why would you diss her and then say Michelle Obama put you on her playlist and we never hear from you again, blase, blase. Maybe she don't want to make music no more. Maybe because she ain't got the machine you got behind you. And they don't push her music like they push your music. They don't force her music down people's throat like they force your music down people's throat. So maybe that's why she don't still make music like that. And I think she still does make music. Cause even after that, she made a CD in like 24 hours or 48 hours or something, and sold it straight to her fans. Like, Dre, I think you full of shit, bro. That's this Pusha T, this Kanye, this Bobby Aftoff, whatever that little white girl name is. This people that it matter if you diss. Like, bro, that was the lamest shot you could have ever took. That's like low hanging fruit, bro. That was low hanging fruit. Esperanza Spalding probably got more music in her pinky than you got in your whole body, bro. This girl play violin, piano, probably play cello. She plays upright bass. She sings and plays upright bass at the same time in 7/4 or 6/8 or some crazy ass time signature. You know how hard that is, bro? You just rapping in 4/4. You're rapping in 4/4 in a triplet cadence, or either a quarter note triplet cadence over 4/4. That's not hard, bro. That is not hard to be creative and come up with some shit with. That is not hard. Try playing bass, singing some shit. So you got two hands doing two separate things. You got one hand plucking. You got one hand pushing down and grabbing a fucking hard-ass string, big fat-ass string. And you're singing, and you probably like soloing. Like, she can like scat sing over all this at the same time. So she's probably doing all this shit at the same time. And she probably wrote the song, wrote the music, or wrote the arrangement to the song. Come on, bro. She don't have a 40 who do all that for her. I'm sure you can't sit on no piano and play no chord, my brother. I'm sure you can go in the computer. It's a pack made already with some chords placed in there, and you can drag it and drop it. It's an art to that, because I know a lot of older musicians and old band teachers used to tell me all the time, it's not an art in making beats and stuff like that. I never say that. I never take that away from anybody, because it's an art to know how to like take a sample pack, a piano pack of chords, take that, figure out how you want to chop this up with all this stuff. It's an art to that. And knowing how to place it, how to manipulate the sound, it's an art to that. It's an art. So I won't take that away from nobody. But I'm sure that it's still, in that art, it's still only drag and drop. Listen, move this, move that. We're not talking about the actual physicality of playing this sample pack that you have. It took years to probably master that, to be able to record that sample pack. So anybody who agree with him taking that shot, y'all are fucking crazy. And oh man, I got a bad text message one time for using this word by a random person. I think it's somebody who being funny, but you are retarded if you think that when he took that shot, it was warranted, it was fair. Man, that woman ain't worried about Drake, man. He probably, you know the crazy part about Drake. He probably tried to holler at her, and she shot him down. Because Esperanza Spalding is very pretty. Very pretty woman. He probably tried to holler at her, and she shot him down. You know, Drake the type of petty, when you turn him down, he'll do some shit like that. But, I'm just speculating. I don't know. But that's my review on the album. If I had to give it a 5-star rating, I'd give it 2.5. But that All the Parties a vibe. I just was playing it with Dino earlier, boy. I had my boy in here turned. That goddamn All the Parties a vibe. You know what I'm saying? That first person shooter a vibe. You know, it's a couple of whammies on there. That Sexy Red talking about bend it over and let that pussy breathe is a vibe. I don't know why it's a vibe, but it's a vibe. So it's a few vibes on there. So that's why I give it the half or the 2. But it's like a 2.5. It ain't nothing that I'll just go back and replay. I'm still playing To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm sorry. I can't get over To Pimp a Butterfly. I can't get over the Untitled. After he released To Pimp a Butterfly, he released Untitled, the song that was like meant for the album but didn't make the album. I still play that. I still play those songs. I still play J. Cole, old stuff. I'm looking for Friday Night Lights. If anybody got a link to Friday Night Lights, the mixtape, please send it to me, bro. I need to download this. But I still play that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I still listen to Midnight Marauders. I still listen to Low End Theory. I still listen to B. Come by Coming, the album. I still listen to College Dropout, Late Registration. I'm sorry. I listen to Her Loss. I like Her Loss. I don't know how many recent albums I just go back to all the time. Killer Mike. I like Killer Mike album, but this album like a 2.5. But speaking of this album, and this probably gonna be the last thing I talk about, 'cause I've been talking for a while. I told you it was gonna be real music nerdy, man. I think I done nerded out. I done ran all the regular people. I done ran them off for this episode. They like, dude, we don't understand nothing you talking about. You talking about frequencies. You talking about low pass filters, underwater and club sound outside the club. We don't know what you're talking about. But like I said when I started it, Drake is clapping back at people who are criticizing the album. Right? He clapped back at Charlamagne. He did that early on. Charlamagne had a point. Nobody was talking about your song. It took 2-3 days for them to talk about your song, bro. That ain't like Drake. That ain't Drake. Drake normally drops something and it's talked about immediately. He drops it if he drop it at 12, by 12:05, it is trending. Charlamagne had a point. I get it if you feel like somebody is always hating on you. I get it. Like, do you always got something to say about something I do? But even in that, it's like a little validity in that, right? So Joe Budden and Drake, I don't know what they got going on. I don't know them personally. I don't know what they go through. I ain't may talk to each other and be like, bro, we gonna spark some shit today. I don't know. But they had Joe always. I'm a patroni of the Joe Budden podcast. I'll just be straight up and down. I'm a patroni. I ain't the highest tier. I ain't the lowest tier either. I'm in the middle somewhere. I ain't heard him say nothing bad about Drake in a long time, actually. Like, and he mostly like big him up. He mostly big him up, but like he released the episode Saturday. They reviewed the album. He never said the album was trash, whatever. But he did give some critiques. One of his biggest critiques was that Drake, you 36, why you still hanging around 25-year-olds? Now, is that harsh? That is harsh, because I'm 34. I like to be around my young guys. When we around each other, I do like to be around them, because they funny. They keep me young. You know what I'm saying? They keep me out of the old man fucking mindset. Like, bro, don't fuck that young nigga shit, blah, blah, blah. They do keep me out of that shit. So it is a little harsh. But is it true? It is true, bro. Like, it's true in a sense. Like, you shouldn't be around them all the time, in a sense. So I get it. And then he's saying, like, why you still fucking 25-year-old women and you 36? Hey, brother, is that harsh? It is harsh. It's harsh. But the truth is, Joe, you did it for a long time, So yeah, I can see why Drake would get mad. Like, bro, you did that for a long time. And if I'm a billionaire, I would fuck. Hey, bro. Hey, man. I was about to get too transparent, so I'm not gonna do that. But if I was a billionaire, I just do what I want to do too. Whatever I feel like doing that day, I would do it. If I got the access to do it, I would do it. Long as it is within lines of moral boundaries and the law. Let me state that. Long as it's in good moral boundaries and it's lawful. But if I was being there, I would do what I want to do too. So is the critique harsh? It's very harsh. It's very fucking harsh. But it makes sense. It makes sense. Cause if you're 36, you can fuck a 30-year-old. Easy, brother. You can get another 30. You can get you a 36-year-old woman, a 42-year-old woman. Maybe, I don't know how far you want to push the age limit, but you can push it. Anyway, Drake responded to these critiques. And then, like, I don't know. Even in the critique, I didn't see what Joe was like bashing Drake. He was just saying this Drake ain't for me. I miss when Drake was rapping. Cause Drake got bars. We can all act like Drake don't got bars. Drake bodied Common, bro. And Common is in my top 5 rappers of all time. Drake bodied Common in a beef. He bodied Meek Mill, who was known as a rapper. Like, this is a rapper. He bodied him. Like a battle rapper at that. So, like, we know Drake got bars. So when Joe Budden, who is a rapper's rapper, like all the rappers that rap, that really got bars, look up to Joe Budden. When a rapper like that says, man, that ain't for me no more, it makes sense. But again, it could be a little harsh. Could be like, you don't have to say that. But I get Joe's stance too. Like, his platform is so big, you have to when you get to that level, you don't have to tell the truth, but what keeps your audience tuned in is the thought that you're being that honest all the time, right? So it's harsh, but it's right. So Drake takes it, he goes left. I can't speak on whatever they got on. I'm just gonna speak on my perspective of what Drake said to him. I'm not even gonna read what he said. If you want to go read, go to Academics page, DJ Academics on Instagram or his Twitter page, and he got the screenshot. I don't want to read that. All the news outlets, Shade Room, any hip hop news outlet or black media news outlet, they have it. They have it. White media don't care about this, but the black media has it right. Just my view on what Drake said, and I think this is the corniest shit of ever. Like when you get money, you try to like down people that don't have the money that you got, and it don't answer the critique. It don't answer what I said about you. Like if I said, bro, you 35, you 36, why you still hanging with 25-year-old niggas? Like you they OG, you shouldn't be around them all the time. It makes sense. So if your comeback is to say, hey, bro, you ain't got the money I got, bro. You just got a modest house. I own a 767. You got a modest house. 757, I'm sorry, whatever it is. You just got a modest house in the 937. Ooh. You trying to shame me about money, bro? In a conversation that's about man-to-man shit, you trying to shame me about money. It don't make sense. It's like, bro, you running from what I'm saying. And now you really just sound like you want to fight. Like, what we talking about, bro? Like, I wasn't even being that critical of you. Just saying you 36, you shouldn't be around 25-year-old. You are almost a decade older than them. Why are you around them every day? Because I'm sure he around them boys every day. I don't know his personal life, but it just seemed like it. If you rapping like them, like you Drake, bro. You said the one thing I can say about Kanye, brother. Kanye, Cole is Cole. Cole is rapping how Cole wanna rap. Kendrick is rapping how Kendrick wanna rap. Tank singing how Tank wanna sing. I'm just naming great people at what they do. Like Andre 3000, Andre 3000 gonna rap how Andre 3000 here, how he envisions a song. Killer Mike doing what Killer Mike. You get what I'm saying? Like these people are doing what they want to do, and they may bring the young people in their world and like, hey, you just do what you do in my world, and it's the same. So if you want me to come on your song, I'm just gonna do what I do in your world, and hopefully the two worlds mesh. But like, dog, if you trying to shame somebody about money, it don't make sense. It literally don't make sense to me at all that we would even. Why is money so tied into a black man's ego? Money and like how tough you are, your bravado is like all tied into your masculinity. Like, bro, I'm a man with money or without money. I'm successful with money or without money. I'm value with or without money. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you think like the only way I'm valued, the only way I'm successful, is if I make $1 billion. Like, you'll never be successful. You'll never be valued. You'll never be loved. You know what I'm saying? You'll never be enough if you don't feel that way already without that money. It don't make sense. Now, Drake critique on his rap career, that's whether you know music business, a little bit of the music business, or you know a lot about the music business, or you don't know none at all. Like, it ain't easy to make it in the music business. It's not easy, bro. Like, the man had a hit. Pump It Up is a certified hit. It was on movie soundtracks, all type of stuff. Certified hit. You get a hit that big in the record industry, bro, I guarantee you they are looking at you to recreate another one of those. And if that's out of your wheelhouse, if that's not something that you always wanted to make, something like that, you're not going to want to make another one of those. You're like, nah, bro, that's not my bag. So the critique on the music side, that's up for debate. That's whatever side you feel. I just don't understand the like saying he's a failure and he don't know what he's talking about. The man know what he's talking about. He's pretty sure that it's not. I mean, not pretty sure. It's pretty evident that like He knows what he's talking about. Or else people wouldn't value his opinion, or they wouldn't get mad at his critiques. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the proof in the pudding. Like, Charlemagne is not an artist, but people get mad at his critiques because he kind of know what he's talking about. Like, who else? I'm trying to think of another counterpart, like a white counterpart that you could look at and be like, well, I don't know. I don't know too many white media people now that I think about it. But I'm sure it's people that's like Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless isn't an athlete, isn't a fucking gold medalist, he isn't a champion, he's none of that. But he's studied sports enough, he's watched enough sports, he's talked to enough enough athletes, he's been in enough locker rooms. He's watched enough game film, enough whatever. He's watched whatever he needs to watch. And I hate his take on, most of his takes I hate. I hate Skip Bayless' takes. But people will only get mad because he's sometimes right. Even about LeBron, and I think LeBron is the GOAT. Sometimes Skip is right about LeBron. Just sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes he's right. And even if he's been wrong 8 out of 10, it makes those 2 times that he was right even worse because it's like, fuck you, you finally got it right, and now that even it makes it worse. You amplified it even more. So how you gonna say Joe he a failure, or like he's not a failure? He knows what he's talking about, and he has valid reasons for why he didn't make it in the music industry. He wasn't trying to play the game. When you're not trying to play the game with people, bro, people who don't play the game, like they don't smooze, they don't do all that brown nose, and they don't kiss ass, they don't like have meaningless conversations, pointless conversations. They don't just do small talk, or they don't just go kick it with people and all that stuff just to like further themselves. Most of the time, those people don't make it far. And it's fucked up now. I'm saying it because I'm one of those people. Like, I'm not just gonna go talk to somebody just because you're like, that's the person you need to talk to that's gonna get you where you need to be. Well, cool. Hopefully my hard work will get me where I need to be. But like, my hard work will get me in the room with them because they'll notice my hard work, and then we'll have something to actually talk about, some substantial ground, instead of me just like going to pitch myself and shooting an elevator pitch or something. I hate that shit. It's annoying to me to watch people do that shit. But I know that. But on the flip side, I know that it needs to be done in this world, right? But I just hate it. It makes my stomach, like, makes my skin crawl, makes my stomach turn. Anyway, but like when you're not a person that plays the game, it's pretty hard. And then if like you're very vocal about like what you don't like in a situation, what you don't, it's tough. It's tough. And then if you're a person who's depressed, depression stuff, while all that is going on, I'm sure you like a mood killer every time you walk in the room. So I'm sure Joe was probably a mood killer every time he walked in the room. But just all that type of stuff it leads to more valid reasons to why I maybe possibly didn't make it. I don't know. I just think it's corny that we'll let people with money try to use money as a argument to my valid critique. Now, if I'm just hating on you, hey, bro, call me a broke kid, call me everything you need to call me, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm giving valid critique on you, and you just don't like it, that's fine. You don't use money. Like, come back at me with like valid critique. In Drake's eyes, I can see that it's valid critique because Drake do own 757. Drake do, and probably compared to Drake, his embassy or whatever the fuck he got, not an embassy, but his big estate that he live on. Compared to that, Joe live in a modest house. Compared to that, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. In his mind, that is valid. That is a valid comeback. But that's you're still using money instead of just using actual valid critiques. Anyway, that's my take on the Drake album. Hey, musicians, man. I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna approach this, but it will be another pet peeve, which is a funny pet peeve, was my pet peeve with musicians. It'll be a part 2 very, very soon. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring a guest on. If she gonna do it, I'm gonna bring her on because she. I don't know what happened, but I said The Weeknd was one of the biggest artists of the world today. I said that on my very first episode here with Jeff Reynolds, which was "Getting Y'all to Shut Up." That's the title of the episode. But The Weeknd is probably like the biggest artist in the world right now. With Guinness records, the Guinness Book of World Records has solidified this. But this girl won't seem to believe it. So I'm gonna bring her on and we're gonna debate this and we're gonna debate some other stuff. Hopefully y'all check it out. But that's been another episode of Scatterbrain and Ray Bradford podcast. Like I always say, tell your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, your granddaddy, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your cousin, your uncle, your grandbaby, your lover, your friend, your boo thing, your bae. Find them, hug them, kiss them, tell them you love them. Peace out. Y'all be safe.